So today is going to be the day that we potentially sell the truck. I know that wasn't really the plan. I know I've got like 4 or 5 videos on this thing now of pretty good progression, getting this thing actually running solid. And it's been a really good daily. I've enjoyed the heck out of driving. I already put like 2,000 miles on it, and it's been awesome ever since I got the thing fixed. But we have a guy potentially coming after lunch, so let's go ahead and take a look at the things that we need to do to clean it up and just get it ready to show. So as y'all can see, I've been using it to hunt over the weekend, got some mud and whatnot, and the inside has kind of taken a beating a little bit. So we need to go ahead and clean the inside out, get all this junk out. Got some deer hunting crap, a gun, and then just a bunch of dirt. But we need to go ahead and clean this sucker up. I'm not going to do anything real crazy. So we're just going to go ahead and spray it down, give it a nice hose down, and then honestly, I'll still make the video on the reasons why I chose to daily drive this truck, because chances are I'm going to get the exact same thing, but honestly, I'm kind of looking for a 7.3. There's still a chance I might get like a 96, 98 OBS Chevy, because those things are awesome too. I wish I had my YouTube channel back whenever I was driving that red 98 that I had, because that was just a fantastic truck. But this is a really tough one to beat. I can't decide if I like this one better or that Chevy, but anyways, let's go ahead and clean this thing up, get it ready to show, and then we'll talk about plans for the future. What's going on, guys? So today we are out here on the trail, taking the truck through some mud and get into our little fishing spot here. But I figured it'd be a good time to make a video on 5 reasons to own and almost daily drive an older truck. Maybe not this old, but 80s and 90s specifically. But while we have the 71 out here, may as well talk about it. So one of the top reasons to drive an older truck like this, in my opinion, would be for the simplicity. There are absolutely no sensors, no electronics to fail. And with no sensors, it's straight mechanical, and it's pretty easy to find the issue with your truck or car. With a carburetor, you've got a coil, condenser, points, or electronic ignition if you have that, and it's super easy to diagnose the issue. It can't be too many things. You can get one of these trucks that hasn't ran in 25 years. As long as the truck has compression, it will run pretty much. So that is the cool thing about these things. They just never die. Even when they're worn out, they still will run. If we take a look at mine, it's a pretty basic setup. It has a Edelbrock 600 CFM carburetor with a later model Duraspark distributor with a GM HEI ignition control module. So it's been modernized in that aspect. So it does have some better starting than your typical points ignition. But overall, it's a pretty basic setup that's easy to change up to your likings. Another reason to drive an older truck is just the nostalgia aspect. You never see these things going down the road, and you get a lot of looks and a lot of compliments whenever you go anywhere down the road. So if you like getting attention, then this is like a truck for you as well. So number 3 on the list of why you should own an old truck is for the affordability. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, people want $15,000 plus for an old classic truck. However, I purchased this truck for $5,000. And that may sound like a lot to some people, and depending on your location, but this is a very minimally rusted 4-wheel drive Ford pickup that doesn't need a whole lot besides just a little bit of TLC. And like I was mentioning before, there's not that much that can go wrong with these engines as long as they run relatively well. The parts on these are readily available and cheap. So you can go out here and get one in a baseline condition, and you will be going down the road just fine. As long as you look for the main key aspects: not being rusted out, not having bad drivetrain and not being really modified. I got lucky with this one not being super modified and messed with. So it's going to be a relatively cheap truck to work on. So the final reason to drive an older truck is just for the durability of these things. They truly do not make them like they used to. That sounds corny, but they really don't. These engines were built to work. These transmissions, like the NP435 that I have, they may not shift well like a modern car, but they are about as rugged as they come, and you're not going to break it. So that combination of the 360 engine and the 4-speed manual is an absolute killer combination, as well as the Dana 44 solid axle. I know everybody wants that Dana 60, but this is also a very good front end. And going to the rear, we have a 9-inch rear end as well. So very, very durable, and that is one of the most commonly swapped rear ends that go in drag cars. So it's really cool to have that kind of setup in this truck. You just know you're going to go down the road with reliability. You may not get there fast, but you're going to get there eventually, and it's not going to break down on you. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this quick little video. We're going to have some videos of us going down the mud trail, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.